Hi, I'm Dan Schmitt. This is Team Chicago Challenge. As we go back to 2002, the year that Team Chicago won their second national championship, running with WERA, the WERA National Endurance Series, running in Middleweight SuperStock. The fifth race of the season. Right outside Savannah is Roebling Road, a nice 2-mile road course. In fact, I really do like this track. When we first ran here years ago, I thought it was a little iffy, but it's turned out to be a pretty nice racetrack. Flowing and fast. Well, it was tough for Team Chicago. It was what I would say a disaster in Georgia. So let's check it out. I'm not going to tell you anything more. You have to watch the show.
We got a couple local teams. We got all the regular teams on the series. And I don't know, it looks like it may rain, it may not rain. It's a little overcast. So let's see how Team Chicago does at this 6-hour national GMD CompuTrack National Endurance at Roebling Road.
And as the riders begin their warm-up lap, coming into this race, heavyweight superbike, it's WERA Suzuki, #1 is leading. Heavyweight SuperStock, J&J Motorsports is leading. Lightweight superbike, Team Infotech is leading. Middleweight superbike, Army of Darkness is in the lead. And in middleweight superstock, Team Chicago, we got a .15 lead over Team Life. It's that tight. Army of Darkness, as they get ready to begin the 6-hour national endurance with WERA GMD CompuTrack at Roebling Road. And the start of the 6-hour battle at Roebling Road. Up front, Trey Beatty on that WERA Suzuki is up front. It's a clean getaway. Psychotherapy's running second. Team Extreme's right there. Steve Carson looks like he's running 7th on the Team Chicago. Foreign compared Yamaha dealers, Dunlop, R6 Yamaha, as the rest of the pack goes flying through. Turn 6, 33 teams taking the green flag to begin this 6-hour race. Up front, Psychotherapy, WERA, Army of Darkness, Team Extreme making the move on that 1000 GSXR Suzuki. As the teams come flashing by, completing the first lap. WERA Suzuki up front, Trey Beatty leading the charge. On the WERA break, Suzuki, Wantana, Nielsen Enterprise, Steve Carson right up there in that front pack, battling. Team Life is there as Trey Beatty heads down the front straightaway to continue his domination. Team Life is right in front of Steve Carson. They head down the front straightaway. Velocity coming by. J&J Motorsport. They head down the front straightaway. But WERA Suzuki stretching the lead, moving into second. Team Extreme, Team Life, WERA 2, Army of Darkness, Glenn Zarek on Semoff Brother Racing. They're back. The champions from 1999 and 2000. They're riding a 750 Suzuki, number 17. The 650s are battling. Infotech, MB Motorsports, Army of Darkness, moved up to 3rd. Psychotherapy. Steve Carson is on the gas on the Team Chicago 4 and 6 Yamaha. Williams Racing flashing by the pack of 650 lightweight superbikes. Team Extreme Pennzoil on the Suzuki. They're running good, running second in the Pennzoil Motorsport Graphic EBC. Tabaki, WERA. Number 12 is Team Velocity, running middleweight superbike. They're on the charge. They come through turn 5. As they head down the front straightaway, it's WERA Suzuki up front. Second place, Team Extreme Pennzoil, Semoff Brothers, Army of Darkness, WERA 2, Team Life, Team Chicago, come to the end of the first hour. It's WERA Suzuki with Trey Beatty is up front. Team Extremes running second. On the charge though, Semoff Brother Racing. Third place, Army of Darkness, number 99, as he comes down the front straightaway. Whoa, bike is down. Looks like number 87, that's WFO on the Suzuki 650. They're from Elizabeth, Indiana. And you had WFO S&S Pirelli. As we see Neighbor of the Beast, I think that's Jeff Walker riding with Neighbor of the Beast. Uh-oh. Just as I'm getting ready to get on the bike, word comes back to me that Steve Carson has dropped the Team Chicago R6. And as we get into the second hour racing, 14K the movie, they moved up into the top 10. Army of Darkness is running in third, but up front, WERA Suzuki still leading. They're putting a couple laps on second place. Semoff Brothers on the charge, but they're not as quick in the pits. They're in 8th place. 76 is Maryland Motorsport. They're back on track. Team Extreme is running in 2nd place. Team Infotech is leading in lightweight SuperStock. And as the teams battle during the second hour, I'm busy working on the Team Chicago R6 to get it ready. We got to get back into this battle, but this is a major disaster for Team Chicago. But as Steve Carson, Phil, and Gary work on the bike to get it ready, Phil Caldwell is getting the fairing mounted. Tony Pentecost, the WERA official, is checking it out. He's going to give us the approval. The bike is almost ready.
Trey Beatty brings the WERA Suzuki in for the first pit stop. Out on the track, Team Extreme is running second, making the moves at Semoff Brother Racing on that 750 Suzuki. They're working their way up through traffic as John Jacoby gets on the WERA Suzuki and is ready to do battle again.
I've got my gear on and I'm ready to go. Bike sounds okay. It's running all right as I head over to the start-finish line. And I'm going to take the 4 and 6 prepared Yamaha dealers R6 out, and let's see how Roebling Road treats us for the rest of the 6-hour National Endurance. Let's check out Roebling Road. We're just west of Savannah, about 15 miles. Turn 1 is like Putnam. It's a 2-stage turn. I'm staying tight on the inside now in case any bikes want to get by. That's turn 1. 2 is the second half. Stay tight. You got this short straight here. Turn 3 is a high-speed left hand. Perfect corner. You can make good time through here. Turn 4. Downshift and brake. To the right. Then you got another short chute, which leads you into turn 5, which is a sweeping left-hander, a 2-stage turn. You swing it wide, come on the inside, and it takes it into the off-camber, turn 6. But because of the rain, there's standing water right here on the inside. Turn 6, there's water seeping through the asphalt, and that's where Steve Carson went down. You got this short chute and then this high speed turn 7. You just keep shifting up and get on the gas and down the front straightaway, and that's Roebling Road, just west of Savannah, Georgia. What a beautiful day for a race, but a major disaster for Team Chicago.
We see WERA Suzuki up front. It's John Jacoby. He is flying. They have got 2 laps over second place. It looks like Team Extreme has moved to second place. Vespa 2 running in 5th place, number 57. Army of Darkness is running in 4th place. Army of Darkness is leading in the points in middleweight super bike. Sam Fleming is now on the Army of Darkness 600. Running in 6th place, it is Psychotherapy. Team Extreme 2's running 7th. J&J running in 8th place. Velocity Crew is running 9th. Team Life is running 10th place. Melissa Burkhoff's on that Neighbor of the Beast 600 Suzuki, sponsored by Army of Darkness, Fisher Technology, Zero Gravity, but they are having a problem. Also, Ed Barton Racing, Cyrene, it's the girls' team. They are running at lightweight superbike class. They are having a struggle, no doubt about it. As we reach the middle point of the race, 3 hours in the books, it is Vespa Suzuki up front with a great lead. Team Extreme is running 2nd. Semloff Brothers is running in 3rd place. Army of Darkness is running in 4th. Velocity Crew, also running middleweight superbike, is running in 5th place. Psychotherapy is running in 6th place. That's the team out of New York City. Running in 7th place is J&J Motorsports. That's a Midwestern team. They're sponsored by Vespa Brake, Nielsen Enterprise, Fox, Chrome Clothing. They are leading the heavyweight SuperStock class in points overall. Running in 8th place, it is Vespa 2 running in 8th place. Extreme is running in 9th place. Extreme 2 is running 9th place. Moving up to 10th place, they're in the pits right now, is Williams Racing, and they are leading that middleweight SuperStock class. Team Life is running in 11th place. 12th place is MB Motorsport. That's the lightweight 650 team, and they are leading lightweight superbike at this point, halfway through the race. Team Infotech, the team from Colorado, they still lead the lightweight superbike class. They are catching up to MB. They may be able to chase them down before the end. We got 3 hours left to go. Team Chicago, we are in 25th place. We're approximately 35 laps down on the leader, who is still Vespa. Vespa's flying.
4th hour at Roebling Road. A beautiful day. It's only in the 80s. The weather is perfect, but this is definitely a challenge for Team Chicago. We look at 1, 2, and into turn 3. Number 2, that's Team Extreme. They're running in 2nd place on their Pennzoil. Motorsport Graphics, EBC, Suzuki. These guys are going good, but up front, it is Team Vesra on that Vesra brake, Suzuki, Wantana, Nielsen Enterprise, Pirelli, Fujiko. We are still having problems. Steve Carson crashed at Team Chicago R6 during the first hour. We have put the bike back together, but it seems like the chain has been making noise. It's like the back end is making noise. I see that everything feels solid. Nothing is loose, nothing is weak, but the bike does not seem to handle well. I got into some front end slides in that turn 1 combination, 1, 2, and but we got to keep going. Coming into this race, we were in the point lead in middleweight SuperStock. Gone away as I head on out at Roebling Road. This 1.8 mile road course. We're just west of Savannah, Georgia. It's a beautiful day in Georgia. As I come out of turn 2, this short chute that heads into this nice turn 3. In the meantime, coming into the pits with a problem, an oil leak. Now this is a story by itself, but they are leaking a little bit of oil out of their transmission cover. Joe gets off the bike. They're working on the bike. as I continue circulating. And this is a prime example of an advantage that we cannot take part of, or we cannot take advantage of their misfortune, because this is the team that we are battling with for the lead in Middleweight SuperStock. But they are in the pits, working on the bike. Justin is changing the front tire. They're taking this opportunity to change the tires. Team Life, sponsored by Life Nightclub, Lockhart Phillips, Moto Heaven, H&H Motorts, G-Force, Pirelli. They're out of Pennsylvania. It was Justin Marms who was changing the front wheel. Joe Malinese and Kevin Warner are the two riders. As the WERA official continues to check. As I continue through turn 3. In the meantime, Army of Darkness, they're running in 4th place. This team out of Maryland. Number 31, that is Team Infotech. They have also had a problem. They were leading earlier in lightweight superbike, but they have dropped back. They're now in 5th in class, 21st overall. Team Infotech out of Colorado on that Infotech group. So there's been a few problems for a few teams during this 6-hour event at Roebling Road. So head down the front straightaway. Joe and Kevin working on the bike. Semoff Brother Racing, the 1999 and 2000 champions, came out of retirement to run this race. They're on a 750 Suzuki. They're running number 17 on that EBC Tabaki Dunlop. As we see 408, 14K to movie. They've also had a problem. They were running better in the beginning, but they have dropped down to 18, 408, which is based on that movie. That's Suzuki, VP, EBC, Street and Comp, Woodcraft, Vesva 2. They also had a problem. They were running up front. They're on that 600, on that Nielsen Enterprise 600. You see the all-female team, Siren Racing. They're running 6th in class on at Ed Barbie Racing School, Silkling, the Plastic Doctor, Bridgestone, Penske, RacerSupply.com, Vesra, Lockhart Phillips, 650. There's a good group of 650 lightweight superbikes, but up front, Vesra Suzuki, like John Jacoby, is now on the bike. They are setting the pace. We get into the 5th hour. Steve Carson is now out there on the Team Chicago 4 and 6 prepared Yamaha dealers Race Tire Service Dunlop as he gets past J&J Motorsport. Up front in Middleweight SuperStock is 120. That is Team Velocity as Team Extreme comes in to make a pit stop. Team Velocity on that Street and Trail Motorsports, they are leading Middleweight SuperStock. As we see the Semoff brothers figuring out strategy to go on to pick up the win, even though we're a couple laps down on Vesra Suzuki. Team Extreme running up front on their Pennzoil. Team Extreme Suzuki, they are looking good. Motorsport Graphics, EBC, Tabaki, Vesra, Pitbull, Tsunami. As Billy Eckridge makes a great statement about a couple fat guys running that good and may have a chance of winning. As Trey Beatty is now on that Vesra Suzuki, Dennis comes up and asks us a question.
What's the problem here today?
Just a disaster, Dennis. What are we gonna say? Thought we gotta stay going because we got at least finishing the top 10 and try to save something from Savannah.
Yes, this is a disaster. 85, they're back on the track. They have dropped 5 positions in that 4.5-minute pit stop. 85, Team Life, the team out of Pennsylvania. But they're going strong. They are definitely beating us in the points. Coming into the pits now is WERA Suzuki. That's Trey Beatty. And take on fuel, change tires, and their WERA brakes. Suzuki Montana. Army of Darkness goes flashing by. They're running solid 4th place. They're having a good race. See John Jacoby getting back on. Army of Darkness comes into the pits to make their pit stop. Sam Fleming tells Kosar that he's having trouble shifting into first gear. Semoff brothers, Joe Persiano, they have now moved into 2nd place. As 99 gets ready to take off. Army of Darkness. On the bike now is Mark Kosier on the Army of Darkness, roadracingworld.com, Badly Cycles in 21. Team Therapy, they're doing good. It looks like their best race as we see Semoff brothers come into pits. 21 is running in 7th place at Psychotherapy. As Steve Carson brings the Team Chicago 4 and 6 Yamaha down the front straightaway. Semoff brother has moved into 2nd place, number 17 on their EBC, Tabaki, Dunlop, Arai. Getting towards the end of the 5th hour. It is WERA Suzuki, Semoff brothers 2nd, Team Extreme 3rd, Team Extreme 2 is 4th, Velocity Crew, Team Velocity 6th, Psychotherapy, J&J Motorsports, Team Life, and Williams Racing in the top 10. And as we get into the 5th hour, it's about 45 minutes left in this race. We see Melissa Burkhoff working on Army of Darkness. They've got the shift drum bolt problem. The bike is not shifting. Sam Fleming's out there getting ready to try to fix this thing. Steve Carson brings the Team Chicago Yamaha back in the pits. It's time for me to take over again. Gary Schilling helping out. Kevin Warner holding the fire extinguisher. So I head on out. Army of Darkness is still in the pits. And down the front straightaway. And the Team Chicago Yamaha 4 and 6 prepared Yamaha dealers. Race Tire Service Dunlop. Coming in the pits now is John Jacoby and the WERA Suzuki. They are leading. They've got 3 laps over 2nd place, so this is a casual pit stop. Velocity Crew, this is one of their best races so far this year. Number 12, they're running 5th, running 2nd in Middleweight Superbike. Coming down the front straightaway, 21, that is Team Therapy. Team Extreme is right there. Team Extreme running in 3rd place. Psychotherapy, they are running in 6th place. Down the front straightaway on the 4 and 6 R6 Yamaha. As I get down to the end of the straightaway, yellow flags. In fact, an ambulance is now out there. A bike has gone down in the first corner. Semoff brothers comes flashing by. They're running in 2nd place. They're looking good on that EBC, Tabaki, Dunlop, Arai, 750 Suzuki. 22 and 85. 22 is Team Extreme. Number 2, they're running 4th. 85, Team Life has moved up to 9th place and 2nd in Middleweight SuperStock. As I get around number 36, I think this is, number 32. That's Performance Superbikes. They're out of Georgia. I make it around them. And it looks like we're getting a red flag. A red flag. Time to head back into the pits. The story I get from one of the corner workers that's seen it Sagrada Familia went off the end of the front straightaway, hit the outside embankment, and that bike went as high as the towers of the Antoni Gaudí designed Sagrada Familia Church in Barcelona, Spain. They brought in the ambulance. The rider was injured. They are calling for airlift. We've got a red flag. It is probably going to end this race. We got Vesra Suzuki up front. Got 35 minutes left, but I think they're going to call it. Sumoff was second. Team Extreme third. Team Extreme 2 was fourth. Fifth place was Velocity Crew. In the points, overall, it is Vesra Suzuki, Army of Darkness, Vesra Suzuki 2, Team Extreme, J&J Motorsports, Team Life, Psychotherapy, Northern Getaway, 14K to Movie, and Team Chicago. We have dropped to 10th place. We're in second place in Middleweight SuperStock, so it's not been a good day.
For Team Chicago, music for the show by Engine, Mike Preetz, Intrigue, and Travesty, and all this music recorded at Fireside Studios, Westchester, Illinois. A special thanks to Dennis Torres and WERA. I could not have done this show without the additional footage. Thank you, Dennis. For more information on WERA, Western Eastern Road Race Association, America's road race leader, it's WERA.com. On Facebook, go to WERA Motorcycle Road Racing. For Roebling Road Raceway, it's roeblingroad.com for more info. To contact me, and I love to hear from my audience, it's teamdan45@gmail.com. And remember, you can always search on YouTube with Dan Schmitt Motorcycle Racing for great motorcycle racing action. Dan Schmitt Politics to learn what makes America great. And I highly encourage you to visit the World of Motorcycle Museum. They're in Winamac, Indiana, 4 miles south of North Judson on Indiana Highway 39. But give them a call first at 574-896-3172. It's a great trip and a great collection of motorcycles. And to pick up your copy of the Team Chicago History Package, go to Rich's Yamaha in Lockport, Illinois, but give them a call first at 815-838-8130. Their website is richesyamaha.com. Pick up your copy of the Team Chicago History Package. And if you want to learn more about motorcycles, there's no place like going to a swap meet. Here's a list of swap meets put on by Walnut Swap, walnutswap.com. You got Woodstock, Boris, Illinois, Princeton, Illinois, Shepherdsville, Kentucky. Stop by a great swap meet and have a great time. It was a great race, a little bit tough, but I still had a great time.